Feminism is a complex and multifaceted movement that aims to achieve gender equality and dismantle systems of patriarchy and sexism. The history of feminism dates back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries when the suffrage movement in the United States and Europe fought for women's right to vote. Since then, the feminist movement has evolved to address a wide range of issues that affect women's lives, including unequal pay, domestic and sexual violence, reproductive rights, and discrimination in education and the workplace. At its core, feminism is a movement that challenges the patriarchal structures that have long dominated society. Patriarchy refers to a social system in which men hold primary power and authority, and women are largely excluded from positions of power and influence. This system has historically perpetuated gender-based oppression, with women facing discrimination, harassment, and violence in many areas of their lives. One of the primary goals of feminism is to achieve gender equality, which means that all people, regardless of their gender, should have equal rights, opportunities, and protections under the law. Feminists argue that gender should not determine a person's worth or their ability to succeed in life. They believe that women should have the same opportunities as men in all areas of life, including education, employment, and politics. To achieve gender equality, feminists advocate for a range of policies and social changes. These might include equal pay laws, affordable childcare, family leave, and protections against sexual harassment and discrimination in the workplace. Feminists also advocate for policies that support reproductive rights, such as access to contraception and abortion, and for laws that address domestic and sexual violence. Feminism has evolved over time to become more inclusive and intersectional. Intersectional refers to the way in which different forms of oppression intersect and complement one another. For example, a woman who is both black and disabled may face multiple forms of discrimination and oppression that are different from those faced by a white, able-bodied woman. Intersectional feminism seeks to recognize and address these intersections, recognizing that gender inequality is connected to other forms of oppression, such as racism, ableism, and homophobia. One of the challenges facing the feminist movement is the fact that it is not a monolithic entity. There are many different branches of feminism, each with its own set of beliefs and goals. For example, liberal feminists focus on achieving gender equality through legal and political reforms, while radical feminists argue that patriarchy is so deeply entrenched in society that it must be dismantled through revolutionary action. Postmodern feminists argue that gender is a social construct and that the category of woman is not fixed but is instead fluid and subject to change. Despite these differences, feminists generally share a commitment to challenging the status quo and advocating for change. The feminist movement has made significant progress over the years, with women achieving greater political and economic power and securing legal protections against discrimination and violence. However, there is still much work to be done to achieve true gender equality. One area where women continue to face significant challenges is in the workplace. Women are still paid less than men for the same work and are underrepresented in leadership positions in many industries. This is partly due to ongoing discrimination and bias, but it is also related to broader cultural and societal norms that view women as less capable or qualified than men. Another area of concern for feminists is reproductive rights. Access to contraception and abortion is still limited in many parts of the world, and women who seek these services may face stigma and discrimination. In some countries, women who have abortions can face criminal charges or even imprisonment. Feminists argue that access to reproductive health care is essential for women's health and well-being, and that women should have the right to make their own choices about their bodies and their lives. In conclusion, feminism is a vital movement that seeks to challenge and change the patriarchal systems that perpetuate gender-based oppression. Through the efforts of feminists, significant progress has been made towards achieving gender equality and dismantling structures of discrimination and violence. However, there is still much work to be done to create a world that is truly free from gender-based oppression and discrimination. Feminism is not a monolithic entity, but a diverse and multifaceted movement with many different branches and perspectives. Despite these differences, feminists share a commitment to challenging the status quo and advocating for change, whether through legal and political reforms, revolutionary action, or cultural shifts. Feminists continue to push for a more just and equitable world. As we look to the future, it is important to recognize that achieving gender equality will require ongoing effort and dedication. We must continue to work to dismantle the systems of oppression that perpetuate gender-based discrimination and violence, and to create a world where all people, regardless of their gender, can thrive and reach their full potential. With a continued commitment to this important work, we can build a brighter and more equitable future for all.